Tonight's top stories: fuel, mall timings, and sanitation. Welcome to the B1 News Network. I am your host, Lizzabitty. Hello, thank you for joining us on tonight's news. This is your host, Lizzabitty, as we look at the topics that are affecting our daily lives here in Dubai. As you know, the UAE government sets the prices for fuel, okay? And the price for Super 98, Special 95, and diesel have all changed for the month of June. Super 98 is 52 cents a liter. Special 95 is 46 cents per liter. And diesel fuel is now 66 cents per liter, okay? So let us move on as we have more news as it relates to the timings of sanitization, all about the UAE, all right? So National Disinfection Program. Abu Dhabi's times is from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m., which means you need to be in your home by 10 p.m. or you will be fined. Dubai's National Disinfectant Program is from 11 p.m. until 6 a.m. daily. Sharjah, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Ajman, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Ras Al Khaimah is 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. Fawzia is 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. and Al Quwain is 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. The following locations, special activities have opened up across the UAE. We will tell you which ones you are able to do and which ones you cannot. In Abu Dhabi, there are no cinemas, no public beaches, no hotel beaches. I take that back. There's hotel beaches, but no parks and no gyms. In Dubai, you have access to cinemas, public beaches, hotel beaches, parks, and yes, gyms. So as you can see here, Dubai is opening all the way up, okay, versus the capital, which is Abu Dhabi, as she continues to have restrictions, and the only thing that she is allowing is hotel beaches. Sharjah is not allowing cinemas nor gyms. Ajman is allowing everything with Dubai, however, at a 30% capacity reduction. Ras Al Khaimah is allowing everything excluding parks to start on June 3rd. Fawzia, nothing. Al Quwain, nothing. I am so sorry if you are in those areas and you are unable to attend any of these festivities or actions. One of the biggest news stories of tonight will be the reopening of all malls across Dubai, and they are back in business at 100% capacity, which is a stark contrast to last week where they could only operate at 50%. And even when the malls did open, okay, you had to maintain social distancing guidelines as well. However, they have put rules in place that says what can and cannot take place in these malls. And that starts as of June 3rd, okay? This is under the directive of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum and disaster management. So if you have any questions about that, I would suggest you checking with the Disaster Management Ministry's website to get more information about what is being allowed. The main measures they're taking is repeat sterilizations in these locations. All of these malls have received guidelines in order to adhere to all precautionary guidelines to ensure the safety of visitors as well as the employees that work there. Mandatory measures include frequently sterilizing all facilities and common areas in the malls, providing sanitizers across the malls and at entrances, screening people's temperatures, So they were doing temperatures long before, even when we were just going into the mall to go to the grocery store. Now they are expanding that. But all shopping malls are required to provide a dedicated room to isolate suspected cases. This is coming from the Department of Disaster Management. Now here's something I thought was fun. The restaurant industry here in Dubai and how they are social distancing their customers to ensure no infections. You have some who are using glass walls in between tables. You have others putting dummies in tables next to real people so that people are not sitting together. So there is just different creative ways they are using their space in order to garner business. As you know, the Dubai tourism industry has taken a direct hit due to C-19, the current 2020 pandemic. And so as we begin to continue to open up all areas and industries, the Dubai government is trying to assist those in the private sector as a bulk of the income generated. That's where it comes from. Now, as it pertains to returning to your office, the Dubai government issued a release on May 31st that said all offices which reopened would be at 50% capacity. Now, what does that mean? That also includes, government offices here in Dubai. And so in doing that, if you are not adhering to the regulations that have been set forth due to the timings of the disinfection program, you could be fined. So as they return to your regular work commute, spending stipulated hours in the office, they have a few rules that one should abide by, okay? A fine of 3,000 dirhams will be imposed on individuals violating the curfew. If you recall, I mentioned people violating the curfew some time ago. And so we want to ensure that we are doing as the Dubai government has instructed us and are not. A 3,000 dirham fine is equal to 820 US dollars. Okay? If you have more than 3 people traveling, a fine of 3,000 dirhams will be imposed from the Ministry of Interior. You must wear a mask in the office. This is obligatory. Fines. If employees are not wearing masks, their fines is going to be 5,000 dirhams. And then the employee, as well as the company, as well as the employee, will be fined 5,000 dirhams, okay? If you are outdoors and not wearing a mask, 1,000 dirham fine. So please, let us adhere to everything that is taking place here as delineated by the Ministry of Interior, so we don't get any fines. As the Dubai airport terminals continue to open up for more flights, as you know, you are required to wear masks and gloves. If you leave home without those, the Dubai government has set up several vending machines that have masks and gloves. So again, this practice is obligatory. One must adhere to it. You can see those in terminals 1, 2, and 3. One of our final stories this evening is in regards to Expo 2020 Dubai. I myself was going to be a volunteer for this October 2020 event. However, due to C-19 2020 pandemic, this expo has been postponed by the Expo body until October 2021. While all of the remaining construction projects were going to be completed by then, this allows the different countries to have more time to complete their projects. And so we look forward to the Expo 2021 here in Dubai. Dubai is home to 2 drive-in cinemas rather. Those drive-in cinemas are now under strict protocols for persons to watch movies from their cars. And so if you partake in those, do be aware that there are strict guidelines that one must follow, regardless if you're in your car or not. Our last story of the evening. This past weekend, 100 beachgoers were fined 1,000 dirhams for violating the protocols set forth by the Disaster Management Office. So I implore you to be mindful and cognizant of the regulations centered around C-19 2020 pandemic. If you're going to be on the beach, there are still protocols that are in place, and you must adhere to those. For your B1 News Network, I am your host, Lizzabitty. I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Have a good one until the next time we meet.